Do you find yourself stressed out every day? Or you have a lot of work piled up with deadlines? Or you have like about 15 tasks on your to-do list without knowing what tasks to start your day with? Then this video is for you. Hello everyone, I'm Adiola Praise. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're just new, this channel is all about productivity, self-development, and academics. So today I'll be talking about the Eisenhower matrix, also known as the Eisenhower box or the urgent to important matrix. It is a productivity and prioritization strategy that was founded by Dwight Eisenhower. You might have come across this principle if you've read the famous book, The Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, written by Stephen Covey. He actually repackaged and gave more insight about this principle in the book. Now, Dwight Eisenhower was the 34th president of the United States, and before becoming president, he was a five-star general in the United States Army. He was known for his incredible ability to sustain his productivity. Having to make tough decisions daily about which of the many tasks he should focus on, he later came up with the principle, the Eisenhower principle, which prioritized tasks based on their importance and urgency. Having that in mind, there are two key terms we need to explain before diving deep into this principle. When do we say a task is urgent and when do we say a task is important? Urgent tasks are tasks that require immediate attention or action, and most of these tasks are done to avoid some sort of consequences. They are usually time sensitive and require short term thinking. On the other hand, important tasks are tasks that have great effect or influence on our long term plans, and they add value to whatever thing we are seeking to achieve. They require dedicated hours of focus and have large impact on our success. In a 1954 speech, Eisenhower quoted a president who said, "I have two kinds of problem, the urgent and the important. The urgent are not important and the important are never urgent." And this is a common problem we face every day, juggling between tasks and not knowing what task requires our attention at the present moment. Studies have shown that we are more likely to prioritize a task with a deadline over a task without one, regardless of the long-term payoff. And this is because we are more inclined to do things that are urgent and neglect things that are not, even if the not urgent tasks might have better long-term benefits. Take for instance, the whole world has been putting in countless and immediate efforts just to stop the ravaging COVID-19 because we see it as a problem that requires an urgent solution. But for decades now, we've been ignoring the ongoing problem of climate change because we do not see it as an emergency, even though we know that it has a long-term effect on humanity. Going back to the matrix, the Eisenhower matrix consists of four quadrants plotted on a scale of urgency and importance. So we have the urgent and the not urgent, the important and the not important. So the first quadrant consists of your urgent and important tasks, and these tasks should be done immediately or on that same day. Now, the second quadrant consists of the not urgent but important tasks, and this type of tasks should be scheduled. The third quadrant consists of the not important but urgent tasks, and these tasks should be delegated. Then the fourth quadrant consists of the not urgent and not important tasks, and these tasks should be deleted. Now let's take a look at each of the quadrants in depth. The first quadrant consists of your important and urgent tasks, and these tasks usually require immediate action. They are mostly from external sources or things that you've procrastinated upon for a long time and you are eventually faced with the deadline. Example of these tasks includes filling up for your sick colleague at work, attending to a crying baby, or finishing up that PowerPoint project for your afternoon presentation. Now, most of these tasks usually come with some sort of consequences if they are not done immediately. Hence, you should do them as soon as possible. It is also advisable to create space in your schedule for tasks like this because they are usually unexpected and inevitable. But if you spend too much time in these quadrants, you will eventually get stressed up or burned out. The second quadrant consists of your not urgent but important tasks, and these are the tasks that are actually relevant to your long-term goals. They include skills you want to learn, habits you want to build or trash, and activities you want to engage in like reading, meditating, exercising, spending more time with people you love, and things like that. Now, these tasks might not have deadlines, but they are actually key to your professional and personal growth. Also, if you spend more time doing tasks in this quadrant, you will actually reduce the amount or number of tasks in the first quadrant. For example, studying is on my list of not urgent but important tasks because at the moment my university is taking no online classes and we don't even know when schools will be resuming. So in order to prevent studying from becoming an urgent task when its exam timetable is up, I need to start doing it now. The third quadrant consists of your urgent but not important tasks, and these tasks might be irrelevant to your work and long-term plans, and they're usually from external sources. Example of these tasks includes arranging your room, doing the dishes, helping your friend to review his write-up, and things like that. The best way to deal with these tasks is to actually delegate them to someone else, or find an autonomous system or a machine that can help you with them. For instance, instead of doing your dishes yourself, you can get a dishwasher that will help you do them. And maybe find the most polite way of saying no. Another way to do this is to actually find a block of time in your schedule that you can use to address other people issues and help them with their tasks. For example, anytime my mom needs help to sign up for online classes conducted by our organization or to type her lesson notes, she would usually wait for me till the evening because she knows that that's the only time I'm free to help us with tasks like that. The fourth quadrant consists of your not urgent and not important tasks. And these are just distractions and activities that take a lot of your time without adding any value or progress to your work. Example includes like scrolling through social media all day, watching TV for long hours, and things like that, things that just distract you from your work. You know that these things are distracting you, so why not just delete them? If you want to be as productive as possible, you should find a way to stay out of quadrant 3 and quadrant 4. Also create more time for quadrant 2 in order to reduce the number of tasks in quadrant 1. So how do you use the Eisenhower matrix? The first step is to know what you want to achieve or accomplish, as this becomes the reference point by which you prioritize all of your tasks. Then list out all of your tasks and begin to put them into whatever quadrants they fit in. Now, one key point I want you to take from this is that following this productivity system doesn't guarantee that you will be crossing out every task on your list at the end of the day. The Eisenhower matrix is not just about being effective, it focuses more on being efficient as possible as you can. So I hope you put this system in good use and be as productive as you wish to be. But before you leave, please make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit the like button, and share this video to whosoever you feel needs it. Have a nice time. See you in my next video.